Hello everyone and welcome once again to the channel, and in this video I'll be demonstrating another project for you guys. And so the project is a timetable generating web application, and it's a project built using Django and Python, of course, and it makes use of the SQLite database. So just an overview about the project before I demonstrate the project. So this project is a web application developed using the Django Framework and an SQLite database, as I said earlier. And the project makes use of a genetic algorithm to satisfy the soft and hard constraints and to generate the most optimal timetable. So before moving on to the main module, the web application just includes a simple authentication authorization module, and on successful authentication the user is redirected to the admin dashboard. And on the admin dashboard, the user can add these details such as teachers, classrooms, timings, courses, departments, and sections. And once these details have been fulfilled, the user can navigate to the generate timetable page and start the process of generating the timetable. Upon successful generation of the timetable, the user can download the timetable as a PDF. So the technologies used in the project are HTML5, CSS3, Python 3.8, Django, I think it's 3.0.6 maybe, and JavaScript and sqlite3. And these are the steps if you want to run the project, and if you have any queries you can reach out to me on this email. So let's get started with the demonstration. So I'll be using the PyCharm IDE since it's one of the best. So the command that we use to run our Python Django web applications are python manage.py run server. So once we do that, we have our development server running on the local host on port 8000. So let's open that up. Yeah, so now we have a basic homepage. This is pretty standard. It's an image slider. Yeah, so this is a standard web page, and so this is just the homepage. Just a simple connect section, fast, smooth, secure, reliable, etc. So then we have an about us page, and on this about page just a simple description. Welcome to TTGS. TTGS stands for Timetable Generation System, a timetable management system for colleges and universities to schedule the organization's timetable. TTGS started off as a company. Just some introduction. So it includes the user side, which provides user accounts, which gives the user privilege to create, manipulate, delete the organization's timetable. So and TTGS makes use of a genetic algorithm that helps generate the most optimal and suited timetables for your organization's need. So the concept of a genetic algorithm revolves around the concept of Charles Darwin's concept of survival of the fittest. So I'll be attaching a lot of resources that I used to study about the genetic algorithms. So I'll be attaching Medium articles, research papers, textbooks in the description. So please make sure you check those out so that you can understand more. And yeah, I have taken a help from a lot of resources before creating this project. So that's another thing that you all must check out. So, and I'll be attaching all those resources in the description so that even you can get an in-depth and thorough understanding of the project. So if you're just another formality page, terms and conditions, nothing, just pretty boilerplate standard. This redirects you to the sign up page so that you can create an account. This is to generate a timetable, so you can just log in, and your contact us page, pretty standard. Now this is the help page, and it includes 9 steps on how you can go about creating them. Log into the system, input the courses, the teachers, the rooms, timings, departments, the sections, and then click on generate timetable, and the timetable can be downloaded as a PDF document. So in the this is the contact us form. It's pretty standard. I've picked up the CSS template from another YouTube video, and I'll make sure if I can find the YouTube video, I'll be attaching the links to that too. So this is the login page. It's pretty standard, but it includes all the validations. So before logging in, let's register first. So let's have a username for let's give a random name such as Ajay. Let's give a random username. So let's first use a username that's already been created, such as Jim12, Jim at Gmail, and so if you go to create my account, it says a user that with that username already exists. So that validation works correctly. And see, we can see that these requirements are present to create the username. So okay, our validations are working correctly. Then let's create a unique user. Let's say Ajay123, and let's have the first name as Ajay at Gmail, and let's give our password as AGI123, and let's repeat the same thing, Ajay123. If I give 4, it says passwords don't match, so our password validation works too. Ajay123, create my account. Yeah, so welcome Ajay, your account has been successfully created. Now you can log in. Okay, so once you click on login, you can give Ajay123, and no, wait, yeah, Ajay123, and password and username are the same. Once we log in, it says hello Ajay, let's get started with TTGS. So hello Ajay, let's get started with timetable generation, with the timetable generation system. Yeah, so these are the components of the web application that we can see here. I mean, not the components, but the components of the features of the web application would be more appropriate to say. So this is the add teacher section, the add room section, add timings, add courses, add departments, add sections, etc. And so all of these, so let's explore. So once you go and add teachers, you can see it asks for a teacher, add teachers, please use the following form to enter the teachers into the system. So now think of the basic requirements that we require to create a timetable. Now to create a timetable is a very tedious task. It's incredibly difficult. It has a lot of permutations and combinations to consider, and it's simply a very complex task. So what we have here is we are accept via these let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 forms. We are inputting all the information that we need, and then we'll run those through a genetic algorithm and see what the genetic algorithm outputs as the most optimal combination that fits our soft constraints and our hard constraints. So our constraints would include something as basic as let's say 2 teachers cannot be teaching the same class at the same time, right? Of course, 2 teachers cannot be teaching the same class, of course, at the same time. 1 teacher cannot be present and 2 different classes at the same time. The number of students in a class for a course should not exceed the number of should not exceed the seating capacity of that class, the etc. So yeah, so those would be our soft and hard constraints. So now on this teachers form, we can see it asks for a teacher UID, which stands for teacher unique ID, and it asks for a full name. So we can view edit teachers, and we can see all the information for these teachers we have filled out. So if we go back to add teachers, let's add T8. So if we input T8, and let's say let's give a random name, Mr. Let's just put John Appleseed. If we add teacher, it's been added. We can go to view edit teachers, and we can see T8 has been added as John Appleseed. So we can just go ahead and delete that. Okay, and yeah, so the delete functionality works too. The addition functionality works similarly for all the forms work exactly the same way. So once you enter the teachers here, we have to enter the rooms. So here we enter the room ID and the capacity that the room has. For example, 50 students, 60 students, 70 students. So then we can click on view edit rooms. This is the room number, and this is the seating capacity for the respective rooms. So that's for the rooms page. The timings page is we enter the meeting ID, and then we enter a time. These are the timings when the classes can be held. So then after that, what we do is we can select the day of the week when that meeting or that class, or let's say we can select the day of the week when that meeting is to be held. So if we go, so it's called TH1 Thursday for the first class on Thursday, TH2 Thursday for the second class on Thursday. Similarly, M1, M2, M3, M4 for Mondays, T1, T2, T3, T4 for Tuesdays, and T1 to T5 for Tuesdays. We can see it's in the similar timing order as well. Okay, so we can go back to add timings. We can go to add courses. So we can click on the course ID. We can enter the course ID, the course name, the course capacity too. And we can see when we enter the teachers, it populates into this list box as well. So yeah, so that's something that you need to make note of. So we can see So when we enter the information, we need to map it to a teacher correctly. So we enter the course information, we select a teacher, and then we add the course. So that course can be mapped to that teacher. This is how we are creating relationships in our SQLite database. So then we enter the department and we enter the corresponding courses. So similarly, another relationship, one department can have multiple courses, so we just hit control, select the multiple courses, and that way the relationship will be created in our database. When we go to add sections, section ID, corresponding department it belongs to. So this web application will not just be creating one timetable, it will be creating multiple tables. So that's that. Yeah. And the classes per week that we require according to that section. So yeah, that's another feature. And so finally, I think we're done with everything else that we need to be that needs to be shown. We can just go to generate timetable. Now this is the most crucial page of the timetable, where we actually run our genetic algorithm. We click on generate timetable and we will have to wait for around 5 to 10 minutes, I guess. That's 5 minutes is also a lot, I guess. 2 to 3 minutes for the timetable to generate, since it has to go through multiple combinations before deciding which is the most optimal one. So I would ask you all, if since this part does not contain any information particularly, you all can go ahead and skip this part, but I will be showing the entire part so that you all can see how the combinations are generated one by one. So yeah, let's click on generate timetable. So you can see this loader has begun. Yeah, so it seems like the timetable has generated, and here we go. This is our output, and as you can see, this is the section 1 for computer science with all the teachers and all the possible combinations and without any collisions. See, section 2 for BBA, section 3 architecture, section 4 physics, section 5 again physics, it's another set of possible combinations, and actually the number of classes all the way from 28 to 43. And section 6 for IT, another one for computer science, and section 8 for design. So this is the final output, and we can go ahead and download this, and we can see it's downloaded. We do face a few alignment issues here, but that is something that probably all could work on and rectify this. Yeah, so we just have a PDF of our timetable. So yeah, so this is it for the demonstration, and thank you so much for watching, and please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and please make sure you watch the rest of the videos. I've tried to create a lot of helpful content for everyone, and it would really motivate me if you would subscribe to the channel. It really helps me push through and create more videos. So thank you so much for watching, and yeah, thank you.